Howdy folks, welcome back to Boonedockery. It's an absolutely beautiful morning in southeastern Ohio, and I've been blessed with a little range time. Why don't you come along? My reason for being at the range this morning is that over the past several months I've acquired new optics for my firearms. Each one of these three firearms now has either a red dot sight or a telescopic sight. All three of them need to be sighted in. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Before I make any adjustments on my sights, the first thing I need to do is double check and make sure I have a good 3-shot group. That means each one of the shots that I put on that target are 1 inch apart. If I have a good shot group, I know then I can go ahead and start making adjustments on my optics. Now I'll check the target. It looks pretty good, but I'm going to go take a closer look. Not only do I have a pretty good shot group, but it appears to me I'm not going to need to do any adjustments on that red dot sight. If I'm shooting like that, I think it's sighted in. I'll put a few more rounds downrange just to double check. Now I did have a couple that went off over here. I rushed the trigger pull a little bit. You could probably tell when you were watching me shoot. But for the most part, that's doing exactly what a red dot sight is supposed to do. I'm going to go ahead and cover these up, and I'm going to check my 3-shot group on the next one. Now I've got a .223 rifle here. We'll go ahead and see how I do with those 3-shot groups on it. It looks pretty good from here. I'm going to check it out. Well, this is another okay shot group. I prefer all 3 shots to be key hawing like this. But I believe that this was the first shot, and with a little more concentration, I'll get a few more like this. I'm going to go ahead and shoot 3 more, and then from that I'm going to check it out with my binoculars, and then I can start making my adjustments to my scope. This is exactly what I want out of a good 3-shot group. All those shots all in that one tight little triangular area. I'm definitely ready to start making adjustments on my scope. Now the first adjustment I made put me right here. Second adjustment put me here. I overcompensate a little bit. Third one here. The last 3 shots were here, here, and here. That's pretty good. And I think I'll be happy with that. I'm going to try it at a greater range. I'm going to try it about 70 yards and see how it does. I've got 2 distant targets, one at 50 yards and one at 75 yards. I'm going to go ahead and put 9 rounds in each one. Now I know that 223 has a tendency to rise after 30 meters, and so I tried to compensate a little bit. So I aimed low, and this is about where I was hitting. That's not too bad. If I was hunting coyote or something like that, this would be perfectly acceptable. However, I think my shot group is spread way too far out, so it's quite obvious I need a little more range time. On this one I did exactly the same thing. I went ahead and I aimed low, except I aimed a good bit lower than I did the other target. And shot group is a lot tighter. And again, for hunting coyote or other predators, this would be fantastic. This would be pretty good. 75 yards, it's not too bad. Now I'm going to go ahead and check my shot group on my 308. Well, from my vantage point, the shot group looks pretty good. Well, that's my shot group. All 3 of them touching. Looks like I need to drop about an inch, inch and a half, and over about an inch. I'm going to go ahead and make those adjustments. Now with that one adjustment, I was able to get it right on the bullseye. Probably overcompensated about half an inch, I'll go ahead and do a click back to the right, and it should be good to go. Perfect. Now I'm going to fire 9 rounds at the 50-yard target and 9 rounds at the 75-yard target. This was pretty good for the 50-yard target. Right through here, a lot of keyholes. A lot of keyholes. I'm very, very pleased with that. This is the 75-yard target. I aimed just a little bit low, worked out pretty well. Not as many bullets going in the same hole as there was at the 50-yard, but for 75 yards, I'm very pleased with that. Now I'm going to have some fun with a little offhand shooting. America, I love it. Well folks, the range is getting a little more crowded, so I'm going to have to pack things up and head on home. If you like today's episode, go ahead and click that like button. If you like what I do here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to keep up to date on what I'm doing, and all the new videos coming out, click that notifications bell. As always folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.